Welcome everyone to my channel. So I want to talk about a professor called Professor Jiang and his predictions. I'm not sure if you know him. He lives in China. He's not a prophet, but he's predicted a few things that have come to pass. He works with what we call the game theory, which means using human behavior to figure out how, based on the situation, how they will behave based on the situation. And he has been pretty on point. There are some predictions he made that many people rolled their eyes and said it will never happen. For example, he was the one who said Trump would win the election. That was when the media said it's never going to happen. Kamala was up based on the polls. The energy was on Kamala. Everybody was preparing for Kamala's presidency. But Professor Jiang begged to differ. He said Trump would win. And indeed, Trump won. And when Trump won and became our president, and he's still our president, he said Trump will attack Iran. There'll be an Iran war. People said, oh no, that's not going to happen. Because think about it. Every US president have stayed away from attacking Iran, whether Iran is a sponsor of terrorism or not. They try as much as possible to fight them economically and other ways, but not to go militarily. In fact, if you want to go down the list, started with Jimmy Carter over 47 years ago during the Iran hostage crisis. Jimmy Carter refused to attack Iran. Then Ronald Reagan came in. He had problems with Iran, but he never attacked Iran. And then George Bush Sr. came in. He had problems with Iran, but he never attacked Iran. And then you have Bill Clinton coming in. He had problems with Iran, but never attacked Iran. Then George Bush Jr. came in. He had problems with Iran. In fact, he named them part of the axis of evil. The best time he would have attacked Iran was during 9/11, but he never did that. He was smart. He never attacked Iran. Then Barack Obama came in. He had problems with Iran. Understand, all this time, about over 40-something years, US always had sanctions against Iran. Economic sanctions and some other ways to strangulate their economy, but they never went militarily. In fact, Obama had an agreement with Iran to prevent them from building a nuclear weapon. It's called the JCPOA agreement. It took many years to be able to come together. With the input of so many other countries, especially countries from the Western Europe, they all agreed. Iran also agreed. Strict inspection regime to make sure that they're not producing nuclear weapon. They can only enrich their uranium to a certain level. And of course, the US also gives them some sanction reliefs, including releasing some of their money. It worked out pretty well. Iran was following the agreement. Then Trump came in first term. He basically tried to keep with the agreement, but then he decided that he wanted to go his own way. Then Biden came in. Biden also had problems with Iran, but never attacked Iran. And then Trump came in, second term, and decided that this is the time to go after Iran. I think many times people don't understand Iran. When you're going into those kind of wars or attacking people, you need to know their history. Iran used to be called Persia. Even in the Bible, it talks about Persia. It is a country that has been there for over 2,000 years. They have seen a lot. They used to be an empire. They controlled large areas of the world. They have seen rise and they've seen falls. They've seen conquest and they've seen defeat. But every empire that has tried to defeat Iran ends up destroying itself or ends up declining. There is a reason. Look at the geography of Iran. These people have a geography that is so much in favor of them. And they have mastered their geography. They have mastered the art of war using their geography. And they have survived this long because they understand their geography. But Trump decided that this would be the time to attack Iran. And so it's been about 5 months now the war has been going on. What has happened to America since then? Oil prices up, cost of living up, cost of grocery up. People are mad. People are angry. People don't know where the next meal will come from. People can't pay their bills. People are even ignored paying their bills. People are losing their homes. People are losing their cars. For what reason? This crisis is upon us. The thing is that it's not going to go away. Because one thing I've noticed about the elites, or people who think that they know better than everyone else, is that they never let a crisis go to waste. Who knows even whether they like the crisis, because now this is when they can implement some of their draconian plans. That's what some experts think. That's what some thinkers think. And I think it may be true. Think about how they're changing the monetary policies. All of a sudden, you see more crypto, stable coin. What money is changing before our eyes. Value of money changing before our eyes. AI is taking over. Surveillance has become rampant. But these are some of the things that happen when we take our eyes off the ball. When we keep giving our freedoms little at a time, giving away our freedoms little at a time. By the time we look back, we have no more freedom. But Professor Jiang also said that this is just the beginning. And I think I believe him. Here are some of the other predictions he has made. and it's made it specifically for the Western world. Understand that the Western world is seen as the place where the rule of law takes place, democracy works, morality, freedom. But it says, with this crisis, things will change. Let me give you some of the predictions he's made. And if you look deeply, you notice that they're beginning to happen slowly. Number one, he says, in the Western world, there'll be a decline of democracy and freedom. I think it's happening already. The surveillance state is chipping away at our freedom. The threat of incarceration, if we do not behave, is chipping away at our freedom. Even the fact that we cannot provide for our families, our wages are not going up, poverty is spreading, is a form of losing your freedom. He says here, one of the ways you realize that your freedom is going away, is being chipped away, would be the use of the military to resolve issues. It's happening already in the US, and I know it's happening all over the Western world. The second prediction he has is economic collapse. Let's not make a mistake here. The economy looks like it's going. It keeps going. But if you look deep down in the foundation, you realize that something strange is happening. Bond market is crashing. Gold is going up. The stock market, yes, is going up, but being propped up by just mere words, promises from a president or central banks, not anything hard fact that you can see. Only 7 companies keeping the stock market and the US economy going, and they are AI companies. Foreclosures are going up. People are losing their jobs. And I think the reason why the economy hasn't collapsed yet is because it's been propped up at least past the midterms. And then we will see the real deal. So we need to get prepared for this. His third position is immigration. Did you see what happened in Spain the other day, where tens of thousands of people invaded an island of Spain? Why is it that those people left their country, swam across the ocean to go to that island? Is it to poverty, survival, wanting a better life? And I also predict that this will bring the fourth prediction of Professor Jiang, and that is civil war. It's already happening, but we call it a low-key civil war. Let's take the United States, for example. The left and the right, MAGA, progressive, black, white, that has been happening forever. Even gender wars. It's boiling up. It's happening gradually. It's spreading. Neighbor against neighbor, family against family because of which side of the political spectrum they are in. It starts with this Cold War, and then it turns into a hot war where some crazy person will decide that they want to take matters into their own hands. It always starts this way. So we got to watch ourselves. We got to behave because it never solves any problem. Violence never works. You can start violence, but it's very hard to end it. Always the way it is. And his fifth prediction is called the stupid wars. So the Western world is going to go into a war campaign. Just stupid wars. But there's a reason. They know it's stupid, but there's a reason why they want these wars. Because it distracts people from the real issues. It distracts people from real issues. And I predict that as these wars continue to drag on, there'll be the need for a draft. The surveillance state, the police state, will be in full force. I'm not here to make people afraid because fear solves nothing. But there's one thing we can do, and that is to start to work on ourselves first. You can't work on other people if you've not worked on yourself. And that is the reason why I have created this channel. This is a community where we love each other. We help each other. We watch out for each other. We serve the society. We serve the world. We serve people. We help. We grow together. And we succeed together. So again, these are predictions. And they're not always linear. It can go in different ways. It doesn't always have to happen the same time. And again, predictions may never happen because we have the power to change the trajectory of our lives. If you like this video, please subscribe. Smash the like button. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Bye.